Hello there. It's been a hot minute, but we're back. Second to last episode of this Infinite Ammo Resi 1 series. Hell yeah. Forgive me if you hear some clanking. I'm eating food in the process because I haven't eaten anything yet. I'm hungry. There's actually not, but I'm just gonna flat out say, and I'm pretty sure I've said this quite a bit throughout the other episodes of this second playthrough, but there's not a whole lot for me to commentate on, especially for the Residence. Residence is super easy. You are gonna see me do it the way that I did it on the second attempt, because remember in the first playthrough, like I think it was in episode, was it 3 or 4? Where I did the Residence and I left the Residence, the hunter killed me, and then it just cut to me back where I was and I killed the hunter and saved in the mansion. And I told you that the second Residence attempt I did a little bit different. This route that I'm going is closer to the route that I did on the second attempt, so you get to see that. But again, it's very minor differences for the most part. And if you remember how I did it in the first playthrough, then you're good. I hope my mic isn't overly loud. I'm adjusting it. But yeah. This Kung Pao chicken is so good. Kung Pao chicken with jasmine rice. Granted, I'm American, so it's box shit. It's not authentic. I'm not gonna lie. And there's probably a bunch of you people that are probably gonna be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You know, but it's like, hey, I'm sorry. It's super easy to make. Just throw it in the oven for like 35 minutes and it's good to go. So it tastes delicious. I am excited to do Resident Evil 7. How to do infinite ammo. And then after that, I'm gonna make an attempt to do Breath of the Wild on Master Mode. How effectively I do that is gonna be questionable. But I think I'll get it done and get it done alright. Master Mode is quite a bitch. I've already played a tiny bit of it and recorded it, but I'm probably not gonna upload an episode until way later. Until I get a lot more content, because Breath of the Wild being an open world and as big as it is, let's be honest, there's a lot of, especially early game when you don't have any shrines, there's a lot of like, you know, just being in the open field, traveling either on foot or on the horse, and that's not really fun gameplay to watch, you know, especially if there's no enemies. So I'm gonna have to do a lot of recording to get any substantial amount of content that I can edit around and just cut out all the boring bits, you know. So at least for a while, that's gonna be a series that I kind of just do in my spare time. Like whenever I'm not in the mood to do Resi or something else, I just load up some Zelda and just play some and record it. The Master Mode, just like all the Infinite Ammo series, and Master Mode, because of the sheer amount of editing I'm going to have to do, because for obvious reasons. That series is also going to be post-commentary. But yeah, I'm excited to be done with this series. Like, I really am. Like, I mean, I've technically been done with it in terms of recording the gameplay for quite a while now. Like, days, actually. But it's nice that I'm actually doing the post-commentary for the final 2 episodes and hopefully uploading them both today and be done with it. After I'm done recording this post-commentary for these 2 episodes, I'm not sure what I want to do. I'm not sure if I want to play some Zelda, or if I want to start. I'll probably start Resi 7, to be quite honest. Resi 7's fun. I haven't decided, though, in regards to Resi 7, if I just want to do the main campaign, or if I want to try to do Not a Hero, because on PC, I've done the Not a Hero as Chris on Professional. But I have yet to do that with End of Zoe, so, well, you know what, I'll probably just skip those DLCs until I feel way more confident, because I've only done it on Professional, on Chris's DLC, like, once. Maybe twice. Like, the main campaign on Madhouse, I think I've done not a whole lot more, but a little bit more where I'm a bit more confident. Oh, I remember the first time I played this game and I came to this puzzle. It's super simple now, but for some reason I was that moron that somehow managed to screw it up to where I couldn't move any of them. And and I was like, oh god, I soft locked myself, and then I left and came back and it reset, and I'm like, oh thank god. I was so happy that it doesn't soft lock if you somehow make it to where you can't move the boxes and you get stuck. To the people watching this video, I am very curious. What's your guys' like favorite you know, dish, like, you know, like Chinese type dish, like Kung Pao, mango, orange, sweet and sour. You know, like what's your favorite like chicken dish? Like, honestly, I'm like a whore for chicken. I love chicken, like almost any kind of chicken. Chicken is like, oh. So like me personally, I can get down with almost any kind of chicken for the most part, unless it's incredibly fucking spicy to the point where I want to kill myself. But you know, but like if it's an okay level of spicy, or if it's not overly painful, but there's like a good kick, like there's a sting, that's fine. Like Kung Pao and General Tso's, fairly spicy, you know, quite a bit of sting, but it's not painful, you know. Anything more spicy than that, I would be like, okay, this ain't fun. Like, I think the highest level of spice that I've gone to where I like literally like my cheeks get red and I sweat is like a Buffalo Wild Wings, because I'm obviously American and Buffalo Wild Wings is pretty fucking awesome, is like the Asian zing, and I get red and I sweat and like it hurts, but my god, is that flavor amazing despite that. Like it, like for anyone that has not had Asian zing and you are willing to be in a little bit of pain, that shit is worth it. I would not recommend going any higher on the spice level, though. But yeah, that Asian zing though, like a Buffalo Wild Wings, like that shit sucks. Like even like they give you free milk too, which is nice. But that milk does not work. They're like really cold refrigerated milk and their ice water, it does not work. That Asian zing destroys your fucking mouth. The alternative to the Asian zing chicken, for like vegans or vegetarians or whatever, they do have cauliflower, and it must be that incognito stuff, because I remember trying it, because I'm not really I know this is really pathetic, it's stupid to say, but I'm not a big fan of fruits and vegetables. Like, I know it's stupid. There's probably gonna be a lot of you that are like, what the fuck's wrong with you? And I completely agree. But it's just, but it's like, it's a texture thing. Like, I have such a massive texture issue, like to the point where it makes me want to throw up. And it's so hard to get over something like that when it's like that bad. And so like, well, I should say hating fruits and vegetables is like a bit too far. Like I'm very picky about how it's made, I guess you could say. Like if it's in soups, especially like diced up celery, diced up, in like a nice soup bait, like that's amazing, and it's like a bit mushy but not overly mushy. Like like that stuff's amazing. But like I couldn't eat like a raw apple, for example. Like just like that's like you guys know what I mean. Like I'm very picky about how it's made. But yeah, I remember trying a bite of like that Asian zing cauliflower, and I swear to God, it tasted like chicken. And the texture wasn't too far off either. So like, for those of you that want like a vegan or vegetarian safe substitute when you go to Buffalo Wild Wings, but for those of you that are like against meat, which more power to you. I don't judge. I disagree personally, but again, you do you. Everyone has the right to the way that they live, and honestly, as far as I'm concerned, my mindset is what you do is your own business, and I don't give a damn, so you shouldn't give a damn about mine. That's kind of where I'm at. You do you, and I do me. That's basically, my mantra. So, but yeah, for those of you that want to try, like a vegan, vegetarian, safe alternative to the Asian zing chicken, the Asian zing cauliflower at Buffalo Wild Wings do you good. That shit is just as good. And that's saying something with how picky I am, because I'm not because I don't hide it. No shame here. Everyone has their weird quirks, nothing to be ashamed of. That's just how it is, But yeah, would recommend. This right here, I tried to do the code that I did last time, and it didn't work. So I honestly am not sure if I was just being stupid and I really don't know. I think it goes 3. Yeah, it goes 5, 5, 3, 6 this time. So I don't know if when I edited it the last time I did the residence, if I did it wrong. Like if I accidentally swapped the numbers without realizing it, or if it literally is randomly generated Like, and by randomly generated, I mean between those three numbers. Like, it's going to be a random combination of those three numbers. I don't know, but those three numbers will be consistent, even if the order for whatever reason might be a bit off. If it is off, or unless it was just my poor editing, then where I just didn't catch it, I was just being dumb. But either way, my point is that as long as you use those three numbers, you'll be fine. Because the maximum combination, well, the maximum permutations, if I want to use a math term, because you can't use the same number more than once, and since there's only three numbers, basically there's only 6 combinations, because you know, you have 3 numbers to choose from for the first number, 2 numbers to choose for the second number, and then of course 1 for the last number. So it'd be 3 times 2 times 1, but 1 times anything is just itself. So really, you, for all intents and purposes, would drop the 1, and it becomes 3 times 2. So there's only 6 combinations of those 3 digits. So as long as you remember those 3 digits, you will get the right code in a matter of minutes, as long as you remember which combinations you've used. Now we're gonna do the V-jolt, and then go grab the key, and then we're gonna go and head back to the mansion. Sorry about the clanking. And for the chair. But I finished my food now, so you don't have to worry about it. And he is dead. Yep. It's amazing to me, like how, like, when you try to make a series based off, you know, commentating over like what you need to do and how to do it, and especially if in this case you end up having to do a second playthrough, and in a large part of the second playthrough is basically you doing the same thing from the first playthrough, just ever so slightly different, if any difference at all, in key points. But it's really just to come down to you just doing it faster than the first playthrough. It's amazing how, like, when your whole commentary is supposed to be focused around just the game and what's happening, and then it's like, well, I literally described it to it pretty well the first playthrough, and now it's like, do I really want to re-describe it again? And now it's like, oh shit, I didn't... It's like we're knee deep on the second and last episode, and it's like, oh shit, we didn't really think that through commentate-wise. Like, we really should have set up a backup, but no, that didn't happen. Just being an idiot is what it comes down to. Well, to be fair, I am American. You know, you know. I make jabs at myself, you know, as a joke, because you know, obviously, like, you know, I don't want to get into politics or anything, but it's just like, you know, there's just things that I just don't agree with in my own country. But I guess you could say that about any country, really. But America, I feel like, tends to be a lot more polarized than other nations. I feel like, and to me, it's a bit ridiculous, and it's just, yeah. But anyway, yeah. But yeah, boss time now, baby. Let's go. That's probably my favorite costume for or outfit for Jill in this game. I don't know why. I really enjoy that. I mean, her default outfit that we did in the first playthrough, her Stars outfit, that's really good too, but I really like that. Put in the comments below what's your favorite outfit for Jill. I really would love to see like the you know, like the ratio between the outfits, like, you know, and find out which one is the overall best outfit, you know, in terms of which has the most votes. Like, I really would find that interesting. It's amazing how simple that pattern is, like, honestly. You just swap. I mean, technically you swap 6 books, because you have to pick a book to swap and then pick where you want it to go, so you, but, you know what I mean, like, you only do, like, the actual swap animation 3 times. You would think that they would have it in a way where it would be a bit more complex than that, but apparently not. But I guess to be fair, like, what do you expect in that kind of scenario, you know? Like, honestly. Red herb? Never leave a red... like, I'm pretty sure most Resident Evil fans can agree, never leave a red herb. Like, how dare you? Yeah, the only other Resident Evil besides 7 that I think would be worth doing an Infinite Ammo series on is probably 0. Because 2 is way too damn difficult. Like, maybe one day I'll go for 2, because I do want to try to get Infinite Ammo on the PlayStation 2 version of 2. Because on Resident Evil 2 on PC, because I have this weird OCD that most of you are gonna be like, what the hell? But I have this weird OCD thing with me where like I like to have like my favorite games I like to have on PC, the games that I really enjoy, good story, good gameplay, games that I can see myself playing all the time, that like I would like to do a let's play on PC, you know, like when I like so I can have that 60 frames and that better graphics and stuff like that, right? Load times, you know, lessen, you know, like, you know, the peak of the game, like the peak enjoyment experience, right? But then I also have this thing where, like, in the case of Resident Evil, the very first, I think it was the very first 3 games were on PlayStation only. I don't think they were on Xbox. And then, of course, popularity and stuff, and then it branched out to other platforms, you know? You know? For the most part. You know? And that's kind of how... And Resi is one of those games for me where, like... You know, like, I want it on PC, but I also like to have it on what I would classify as the origin platform. And by platform, I mean in general, like the PlayStation platform. Not necessarily like, oh, I can only have it on the PS2 or whatever. Like, no. But, like, just PlayStation in general or what have you. So... Yeah, and on the Origin platform, in this case PlayStation for Resi, I have this weird OCD where like I like to earn everything legit. But on other platforms like PC, where I'm more so doing it to enjoy the experience rather than actually going for completionist, like doing these weird challenges to get infinite ammo, even if they might be really hard, you know? So, yeah, it's just a weird OCD thing. So, like on Resident Evil 2 on PC, I have the voucher thing that gives me all infinite ammo and all the infinite ammo weapons, so I didn't have to do the hardcore challenge, which I have tried before, and I was getting so irritated because it was so hard, and I was looking up like, you know, speedrun tactics and stuff to make it happen, and just it was just I just, you know, I'm not at that skill. I just, you know. And then a friend of mine that I was with, you guys might know her from the other Resident Evil series and like Saints Row, Panda, kind of felt bad for me and basically was like, you know what, here's some money, here, go buy the voucher. And I was like, God bless you. But you know, and it's like, yeah, now I could enjoy Resident Evil 2 on PC, but now it's like, now that I have it on PlayStation, now it's like, oh, now I actually have to commit now if I ever want that infinite ammo on PlayStation. So like maybe one day I'll do an infinite ammo thing, because I don't have infinite ammo on any of the Resident Evils on PlayStation, because I primarily play Resident Evil on PC, so I figured doing these videos was a good opportunity for me to actually show you how to do it by actually doing it, not just like, oh, I already have it, we're just gonna go simulate the scenario, you know? Or what have you. So, yeah. Yeah, with the assault shotgun, as you just seen, like, if for whatever reason the first shot doesn't kill him, as it usually will, and they get on you, one dagger or maybe even a stun gun, you'll be fine. But yeah, I'm switching up my tactics a little bit, you know, for the hunter. You'll see why in a minute. But yeah, so like aside from Resident Evil 2, which I'm nowhere near in a state of mind to even put myself through that torture, like the only other one I could do is Resident Evil 7, which we're gonna do, and then 0. Is Resident Evil 3 Resident Evil 3, 5, and 8. Because fuck 6. I hate 6 with a fucking passion. I don't give a shit if I have infinite ammo, because I'm never going to really play that one. You know, because I don't like 6. You know, but those ones, the infinite ammo is basically just play the game, do challenges, spend the points to unlock infinite ammo for your guns, you know? Like, there's no real, like, all you need to do is basically just replay the game over and over again and just pay attention to what challenges you've already done and which ones you haven't, and just do the ones you haven't done. Like, you know, like there's no real video that I can do there other than just basically replaying the game over and over for God knows how many times. You know, 6 I don't know because I don't care. 4, you just beat the game in under 15 hours, regardless of difficulty. I don't think the difficulty matters. And that's actually pretty easy to do, because I did it on my very, very first playthrough with no experience, no nothing. And I never played Resident Evil 4 before then. And I managed to clock in, I think, at like 11, 12 hours. So I might have rushed it a bit faster than I thought I would have. But, like, I don't know. But as... You know, and that's with reading all the documents and stuff, and obviously watching all the cutscenes. So Resident Evil 4 is fairly easy to get the infinite ammo, which happens to be an RPG as well. So 4, I basically consists of me just doing a let's play that's under 15 hours for my final time. You know. Yeah, so the only one in terms of any remote challenge is 7, 1, 2, and 0. But 0 is actually fairly easy as well. 0, which I'm not sure if I want to do, but we probably will do. Zero's pretty easy because of that stupid Leech Hunter mode, which is fucking annoying, even though it's more of a trial and error game mode, but basically but I'm pretty sure I talked about it before in an earlier episode. And if for whatever reason I'm wrong and I'm just making stuff up, which I'm pretty sure I'm not, oh well. We'll probably do it one day, just not today, but yeah. Excuse me. Sorry for your eardrums, everyone. But yeah, like 2, like 0, I might do because yeah, and then 2 maybe later, but 7 definitely. Yeah. I really do love this game. Like I think in terms of just like the layout and just the gameplay and everything. Like I mean, this has got to be one of my favorite. Like that's the thing is like all the Resident Evils are so damn good. Like Resident Evil 4 was amazing. 5 was pretty good, but it wasn't my favorite. 1 is easily in the top 3. 0 was alright. 2, I've never played the original 2 and 3, but the remakes. I really struggle with which one I like better, 2 or 3. And I know there's a number of people that I've seen that say 3 is the remake of 3 is really bad, because I have seen like. But then again, I guess you could say that about any game. But like, I don't understand why people think it's bad, because like, you know, like I've heard people like make numerous complaints about it, about comparing it to the original, and I'm over here like, I understand that I've never played the original, so I can't say shit. But I'm just evaluating the game as it is. It's like, I don't see how you can make a big game out of that concept with today's technology. I mean, because back then, like, let's be honest, like on the PlayStation 1, it was primarily about the limitations in graphics and how much space you can hold onto those CD like there was a lot more limitations back then compared to now, in all aspects, like how fast, the processor and everything in the console was, you know what I mean? Like everything was just so limited now. And you kind of had to make up for the lack of graphics and all this by doing good story and good gameplay. Like Resident Evil 3 back then kind of needed that because, because that was the era that gaming was at back then, at least to me, like with Spyro and Crash Bandicoot. Like, story was alright, but it was driven primarily by the gameplay, like you had this fairly long game with multiple sections, and that's but nowadays it's like you can have just as good of a game with amazing graphics that immerse you and just a more straightforward story that really convey the emotion of the characters that you couldn't convey with the pixelated bullshit of back then, at least not as well. I mean, we all remember the Tomb Raider from fucking the PlayStation 1. You know how hard it is to make that look emotional, Like, come on now. Even Spyro back then was a bit of a challenge. Crash Bandicoot he was a weird one. But you get my point. Like, I think that what they did with 3, considering the whole point of it is, Raccoon City's overrun by zombies, escape the city. You know what I mean? It's like the city might be owned by Umbrella, but like Umbrella's not going to own every square inch of the city. It's not going to own every single mom and pop shop, Like, I mean, like you're not just going to have puzzles, all over the place. So in my opinion, based off what little I have seen of the original 3. Like, I think the way that they did the remake makes a lot more sense in terms of like the story they're going for. Like, I can't, like, it doesn't make sense having a story that's about escaping the city and having to go to all of these places that are not necessary. You're just escaping the city, you know, like. But like I said, I acknowledge that I have like played the original, and there's so like I don't know. Maybe my opinion's just wrong. I don't know, but I just, like I said, I don't know. I don't know, man. Yeah, but anyway, 2 and 3 are really good. I'm leaning towards 3. Because honestly, even though I kind of wish that there were certain things that they brought back from 2, like the defensive items, like with knives and stuff, instead of having to equip it with the D-pad, making it a bit closer to like Resi 5, I guess, you know, like I mean, there's just certain things that I wish they kind of would have made it a bit closer to 2. But not a whole lot. Like, I really enjoyed, and Nemesis is fucking terrifying. Like every playthrough, and I've done quite a few playthroughs, Nemesis just fucking scares the shit out of me. Especially when he's running haul ass. Especially on the harder difficulties, where I literally feel like I'm gonna die in one hit. Like, the terror is there. Fucking Mr. X, there's no fucking fear. He does not run. He does, like, you can easily outrun his ass if you know what you're doing. Especially if you know where the save rooms are. Maybe not so much in harder difficulties. Maybe he's a bit tougher, especially if you don't have an ammo, like trying to avoid zombies that are in your path. But like I don't know. Like just with 3, I just really do think that when it comes to Resident Evil 3, like just how, you know, just the scare factor from Nemesis, and just the overall story and how it's presented. Like, I really think they did a good job on that one, personally. Yeah, like they knocked it out of the park with 2, loved 2, knocked it out of the park with 3. I fucking love 3 even more, to be quite honest. And I'm really excited for the remake of 4. Fuck yeah, I'm excited. But we're at the end of this video, and the next one is the grand finale of this series. I hope you guys are excited. Hopefully my commentary and just talking random shit about Resi was in fucking Buffalo Wild Wings, because why the fuck not, was at least somewhat entertaining. But anyway, with that, I will see you guys on the next episode. Take care, everybody.